Yes. Hello, Half-Life peoples and
Estamos en
friends.
vivo. En directo, ¿no?
David, please, come on. If you're gonna live in this country, you have to speak its native language, Swahili.
I'm sorry, I don't speak good Swahili. I've been practicing for years. I just don't have the knack.
You're gonna have a knack for getting your ass kicked, fella.
I mean, only if you're into it.
Oh God, this is the podcasts all over again. We're back to that.
Yes, we are. Unfortunately.
Me awkwardly ad-libbing, and then you like just saying something that makes me so horribly uncomfortable that I just stop talking for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate thing is that we do not have Scrubs with us today to distract
We don't
us
have our
with
resident
enlightening
Australian.
Half-Life facts.
Enlightening.
Listen, as much as we may make fun of him for knowing a disturbing amount of content, he does
It made
know
for
a lot.
extra like stock. It made for like extra conversations when we like hit the negative space where we're like, what do we talk about now?
That is true.
It
Anyway,
had its uses.
I'm sorry. We are going to get started. I was just tweeting the link out.
Oh, perfect. I will go retweet that.
Yes, people can watch it. In which case, we'll have something else to talk about as well. So, Xavier, remind me. Have you played the episodes of Half-Life?
Yes, I played every Half-Life. So, I mean, I can try and fill in and answer the questions to the best of my ability. What part of it? Oh, geez, you're here?
Is this like earlier on in the game or later on in the game or what? Do you know?
You have the car by now, right?
I have had the car.
Okay, I would say kind of the middle point-ish.
Okay. Well, that's good. We've got plenty left to talk about.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to? You watch anything cool?
I'm sorry?
Without spoiling it? You watch anything cool lately without spoiling it?
Well, I did, and I tweeted about both of those things, which is fun because if you tweet about indie movies, sometimes the people who made those indie movies will like your tweets and retweet them.
Oh, cool. Did that happen?
Yeah, it did. For both movies so last night, I had one of my movie watching nights. So I watched 2 independent films, one Japanese, and one Chilean. So have you heard about either of those?
Those countries? No. I don't know what those are.
You never heard of Chilean?
I've never heard of Japan. What's that?
I think it's like a venereal disease.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. But, I have not heard of either of those movies. Well, I heard of one of them, which was the Japanese one.
So the Japanese film that I watched recently is called One Cut of the Dead, and I heard about it because it was recommended on. I first heard of it because it was recommended on. Jay Bauman from Red Letter Media recommended it.
Okay, so you and I heard about it from literally the same place. That's funny.
Yeah. And he the close. I wanted to compare it to a movie, but then I realized that comparing it to that movie would have been a huge spoiler. So, like,
it's one of those movies where you got to go into it like not knowing anything to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just because there's just so many twists and turns.
Yeah.
But
so
from what I've heard,
the way I describe a One Cut of the Dead is that it's basically 3 movies for the price of one. in that
That sounds awesome.
The first-
Because I kind of know what you're talking about.
the first act, the third act, and the second act are so different in tone, in sort of in everything, that they're kind of, for some purposes, different movies. So the movie starts off with like a low budget, like a real low budget indie movie crew, and they're like shooting a low budget in Japan. They're shooting like a low budget indie movie, a indie zombie movie in like a abandoned warehouse in like rural Japan or whatever, and then sorry, I'm trying to defeat these criminals.
You're trying to defeat evil, I understand.
What?
You're trying to defeat evil as you're talking.
I am. And unlike Tucker and Dale versus Evil, there's only one of me.
Have you seen that, actually? That one's funny, too.
I haven't, but it's been recommended to me. So I wanted to be topical and reference this.
Wow!
But anyway, so what I was gonna say there is that, so the first act of the movie is they're making a low-budget indie movie, but it's not working out well. The lead actress isn't very good at screaming, and then the director is like, he's losing the stress, he's starting to yell at people, and then, it's just not well. So then they decide to take a break, and then there's like the makeup lady has like weird self-defense stuff that she's doing. And then actual zombies show up, and then they have to fight them. But the director is like, this is real, these are actual, like, I'm getting some good shots now, you're really actually you're finally acting the way I wanted you to act the whole time because they're real zombies. So just keep shooting. And
that reminds me of, and pardon the nerdy ass reference, but there's this issue of Ultimate Spider-Man where they talk about how someone decides to make a movie about Spider-Man's life, just an approximation of it, and like he's like pissed about it because nobody like asked him to do that, so he goes to the set, and it's actually being directed by Sam Raimi, and Avi Arad is there, and Tobey Maguire is in the suit, and he just yells at all of them and just tells them they suck, and then Doc Ock shows up to fight him, and then they battle all throughout the set, and then Avi Arad, who's like portrayed in the comic as kind of a sleazeball, is like, "Hey yo, get those cameras rolling. This is good stuff."
That's great.
So they start actually filming the fucking the fight scene with Doc Ock, and then they're like, "Do you know how much money you just saved us in VFX?"
That's I think, given that you like that, I think you would definitely like this movie.
Sweet.
But
yeah, the premise definitely sounds interesting.
And then after like, and of course the whole opening is shot as one take, one shot, because it's like the cameraman who does the whole thing. Oh, look at that guy, he's just flipping out, breaking reality there.
Flipping out, he's clipped halfway into the ground. I can't imagine a worse kind of hell.
Oh no. But yeah, and then after, hence the name One Cut of the Dead. There's that one shot that sort of dominates the whole thing. And then the second half and the third and the final act are just take a turn into something completely different, but honestly kind of very sweet and like wholesome in very feel good, honestly.
That's crazy, but I'm down for that.
Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil anything else about it, but that's sort of the basic setup. And
Basic gist.
It is honestly just a lot of fun.
Oh, sweet. I'll add that to the list.
What is the list?
I'm always, shit. I can actually pull it up right now. I'm joking. There is a list.
Yeah?
Just like random horror stuff that I wanted to watch with Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me pull it up. It's mostly recommendations from my dad because he knows this stuff like backwards and forwards. Okay. Long Weekend 2008. Freaky 2020. Idle Hands. I have seen that, but it's been a while. Jugface, Satanic Panic, Splinter, The Reckoning, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and Wolf Creek. And now I guess One Cut of the Dead.
Mm-hmm. It's a really fun, very wholesome movie. It's a low budget movie. It was shot for like, the equivalent of $25,000. So it's
Wow.
it's very homespun, but very charmingly so. But there's also a lot of talent in the filmmaking.
Well, that's cool.
Like, they're not just low budget hacks. They're like low budget people who know what they're doing.
That's cool.
And I highly recommend it for that reason.
I've actually written most of a treatment for the movie I want to do,
Ooh.
but terrified of showing it to you.
Yeah?
Because I think you're gonna hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're just gonna rip it to shreds and make me feel bad.
Well,
So
I mean,
I'm scared.
I don't know.
And the reason, the reason for that is like if I didn't think you knew what you were talking about, I would just be able to just blow it off really easy. But I do genuinely think you make good points. Whenever you just like completely annihilate something I worked on, I go, "Damn, he's right." It always makes me so self-conscious.
Oh no!
'Cause I'm like, "Fuck, he got me."
No. That's not the thing I'm trying to go for, though. So.
Well, no, because like I respect your opinion enough that I'm scared to show you. Because if I didn't think you like made good points, and you said something like negative about it, I'd be like, whatever. What does he know? But I do
just
actually
a hack
think
loser
you kinda know what you're
fraud.
talking about. Yeah, right. Like, but I don't think that about you. So when you fucking rip stuff up, I'm just like, oh no, oh he's got me. I'm a hack.
I am the hack fraud.
Yeah, right. I don't want to be the hack fraud. It's my greatest fear in life is being the hack fraud.
Oh boy. What do I do here? Do you know?
It's been a while. Let me look. I think just throw a grenade in that.
I tried, and it just bounced off.
Oh, like into it?
See? Oh, I guess I didn't hit it the right way then.
Yeah, there you go. You just you throw it into it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Easy peasy. There's a little bit of clickety-clacks on my end because I'm kind of, like, editing a little bit on a project of my own as we're doing this. I'm trying not to be too loud about it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a loser working on things that you care about.
Having goals and aspirations and wanting more out of life than this. So, what was the other movie you watched?
Oh, the other movie I watched was a Chilean film called The Wolf House or La Casa Lobo. It's really weird. It's really genuinely bizarre. So it's a stop motion film, but it's not like a normal stop motion film. You know how normal you know what stop motion is, right?
Me?
Yes.
Right. Do I know what stop motion is?
Yeah, I'm just using a rhetorical question. You know what that is, right? It's
Yeah,
stop
of course.
motion. Stop motion is where there's the sort of where you start, where you have little puppets.
What's that? Something on the radar.
And you move them frame by frame, and then take a picture, and then you move it, and then you take a picture, and then you move it.
There's like there's a version of that where I mean, you know the film Loving Vincent, right? Well, that was
I've
a
never
stop
heard of that,
motion
actually.
film that was released like a year or so ago, and that was like weird because that stop motion film was not a puppets, but it was paint. It was paintings.
Oh, wow. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, so it was like painted, but all the paintings were sort of painted in the style of Vincent van Gogh, right?
Oh.
So it's like a really sort of cool weird little idea. But it's like that, except weirder, because this one is all about like it's about this girl who sort of who escapes from this like German colony, this sort of like German sort of rural religious colony in this area of Chile, and it was animated in like
Gordon, wait for me.
in like museums and galleries around the world, and it's like all of the above when it comes to stop motion, where like characters like there will be, so it's like it takes place in these series of walls in the inside of the house, and the opening shot, it's this like it's on the wall but it's like painted and the paint moves, and then the characters are like painted on the walls, and then sometimes they're puppets, and sometimes they sort of come out of the wall as like paper mache. It's really weird, and there's only 2 voices in the whole movie, one of whom is the main character and one of whom is the wolf that's hunting her, and it's just like incredibly surreal, really.
Yeah. That
So
sounds
it's
cool.
very and it's kind of hard to describe, but it's so it's about this girl who escapes like this colony, this sort of weird religious fanatic colony in Chile, and it's presented within the context of the story as if it's a propaganda film released by the colony to show why it's actually not sketchy, and you should totally trust them and they're good people. And
That's cool.
it's really weird, and just so it's about this girl who's supposed to be guarding pigs for the colony, and she accidentally lets them go, so then she goes out to try and find them, but then she's like hunted by a wolf, and she then like, so where am I going?
It's the LP text for you. You're trying to talk in and play at the same time. It's a little difficult. I get you.
Oh, that's
I know the
cool.
struggle. I think you're supposed to do some kind of physics puzzle with that.
Yeah.
Physics! Maybe shoot it from the bottom? Like get back away from it. Because you see how there's kind of a gap under there? Shoot it like that. Oh, I know what you have to do. It's not the gravity gun. Throw a grenade underneath of it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Not on top of it.
Yeah.
Because that's why they gave us the grenades right next to it then.
Yeah. You gotta figure this out. Yeah, you use it to launch yourself up there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not a very good aim with grenades. There we go.
Hey! Whoa!
Mild
That worked
success.
Good work, fella!
Now I have some rockets and a rocket launcher.
Now I have a rocket launcher.
So, what is your favorite of the Fallout episodes?
Rocket launcher. That'll come in handy.
You mean Half-Life episodes?
Half-Life games and/or episodes. That includes Half-Life, Black Mesa, and the episode.
I don't have to think on that, because I think I enjoyed all of them for different reasons, in a way, you know? Like,
you found it. We'd never
I think I enjoyed the level design of this one the most.
Half-Life 2, Episode 2?
Yeah, exploration was really fun in Episode 2, just because there's just, like, a lot to, like, search around, and, just the arenas that you fight characters in are really cool. But, I would say I enjoy the story and world building of this, of just, like, the vanilla game Half-Life 2 itself most. But, like, I would say that, Episode 1 has some of the best action encounters, you know? So, I don't know. That's, it's kind of hard. I mean, I feel like they all kind of come as, like, a package deal in my brain. Like, I don't see them as, like, individual games to compare. I just see them as chapters of a single entity, you know? Because that's what they're supposed to be. That's the whole episode thing, you know?
Well, I also asked that, so I included the non-Half-Life 2 parts of it as well.
Yeah.
Wait up!
So, if we're talking about, like, Half-Life 1, I know it's a classic, but I didn't have a ton of fun with it, necessarily. It was kind of clunky and hard.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't have a ton of fun with Half-Life when I tried playing it. It'd be interesting to see if I could get through Black Mesa and if I like that better.
Well, Black Mesa plays, like, identical to this, because it's basically
yes,
a mod.
I know what it is. Because what I'm saying is that if it were the story and the sort of the outward stuff of the original Half-Life with the technical improvements of Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
We're picking up something on the radar.
I mean, I played through all of Half-Life 1, and, like, I can appreciate a lot about it. I love the level design. I think that game is, like, just really trippy and crazy in the way it, like, puts everything together. I definitely like the enemy designs in that one more than Half-Life 2. I think I like the more random aliens just teleporting in from wherever, while as in this one they're a little bit more, like, tightly themed as, like, like this oppressive advanced alien race that is, like, using technology to take over. Like, I miss those, like, eye dogs that shoot lasers, or the bull squids, or the, I also really like the stupid barnacle things that grab you and strangle you. They're a little bit in these games, but not as, like, much. But what, like, made it, like, less fun for me is just that, like, I don't know, the movement and physics of it just weren't quite there yet for me, you know? Like,
I agree.
It just felt kind of awkward to play sometimes. Not that it was, like, impossible, it just didn't feel as smooth, you know? It wasn't as refined. I like Half-Life 2 refining itself so much more. And I also just, like, think it's cool how different Half-Life 2 is from the first one, because there's just really, like not a whole lot of overlap in the like, maybe in, like, the way things are designed, but not the actual locations you go to. It's pretty drastically different. One is, like, it's kind of like Alien. It's just you're in this facility and, creatures, like alien creatures, are coming in, and you got to get out and escape. And you got to fight these soldiers and stuff, right? And in this one, it's like this dystopian 1984, like, crazy future where like aliens have taken over society and everything is a wasteland, and it's just like it's almost kind of cyberpunk, or no, or it's a little bit desert punk kind of in a weird way. Like it's just so drastically different.
It's
I think
communist
that's
punk.
kind of impressive and cool. It's communist punk.
Because it's set in former East Europe, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, is anybody in the chat saying anything interesting? I just want to make sure we're not ignoring them.
You didn't send me the link to the stream, so I gotta go look.
Nerd. You're not paying attention to the stream. There you go. You got the link now.
Yeah, now I got it. Okay, let's see. Russia 2077. What's everyone talking about? Everyone's just kind of just telling stories and stuff.
Ooh.
Let's see. What do you guys think of J.J. Abrams making a Superman movie? I don't want it. I think everything J.J. Abrams touches in terms of directing and writing turns to absolute dog shit.
Well,
I
you
think
see, here's the thing.
terrible.
He's not supposedly
He can produce stuff.
That's
but if
what he's
like,
doing. That's what he's doing
Okay,
right now.
thank God.
Is that here's the thing? Is that like a lot of like the fan sites and the fan discourse will be like, "Oh, J.J. Abrams doing a thing. J.J. Abrams doing a thing." But like, really, what's happening is that the DC universe, they have their
The hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change.
So, what I mean is that the DC universe, in terms of producers, they work with a lot of producers. There's a couple of different so there's not like, you know, because Kevin Feige, he isn't just the CEO or the head of Marvel Studios, right? He also produces every movie, and with the exception of the Spider-Man movies, he is the only producer. So, because of that, like, I don't fully understand what a producer does, but the way it's been explained to me is that it's kind of management role, you know? And you do have a lot of creative influence in that role. Is that you're not the guy who's making the decisions every day to day, but you're still the guy that guy answers to. So, so he has a lot of creative influence on the movies, even though he doesn't write anything and he doesn't direct anything. But with DC, they work with a lot of different producers. So like, you know, James Gunn is working with one producer on, like, he's working with the same producer that they worked on for, like, I think it was, what was it? It would have been...
It's a trap! Gordon, come on! Get inside!
Okay, now that makes more sense why they gave us all the info. But he works with the producer who also worked on worked on Shazam. And J.J. Abrams' his company, because J.J. Abrams has like a deal with Warner Brothers where he like makes TV shows and movies for them. And of course, he doesn't make them directly himself. He works with other people who do everything day to day, but he sort of does that stuff. And as part of that, a man called Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing the movie, and J.J. Abrams is producing. He might direct, he might not direct. We don't know yet. But the one thing we do know, we know it's going to be a black Superman, and we know it's going to be written by a African-American comic book artist. Because Ta-Nehisi Coates has written for Black Panther and Captain America comics.
Now, is it going to be Black Clark Kent or one of the other characters?
It's going to be one of the other characters, I believe.
Okay. Because there's plenty of other characters who've gone by the moniker
Henry Cavill.
Superman that weren't Clark Kent. I still want Henry Cavill. I want him to be in it and like team up with the new guy, you know, or I don't know, just because like if you're gonna do like here's another Superman, I feel like you got to acknowledge the previous one.
It could be like a the Batman situation where it's like a here's another story that's like not in the main universe, you know?
Maybe in that case that's fine, because again, I really like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he is good casting for that character. I just think that they just never gave him anything to work with.
He has the physical look, but I don't think he has the acting chops. I think Henry Cavill does a better job as the sort of grumpy misanthrope, you know, like as his roles in The Witcher and Mission Impossible. I think that's a better use of Henry Cavill than the Boy Scout, to be honest.
I don't know. I'd like to see him try it out one more time with like no one else hampering it with bullshit. Just here's Superman. That's it. We're not building him up to be Superman or doing like this annoying thing where it's like, you know, oh, he's still got to learn to be himself. That's another thing. I'm very tired of superhero movies trying to artificially extend the amount of like
also can I say
stuff.
And this will be a hot take here. I would say a Superman movie that's not directed by Zack Snyder.
That's fine.
Because Zack Snyder's Superman is just he's not Superman enough. He's more like Batman.
He's unsure of himself constantly about everything.
And that's a Batman thing to do.
Yeah. Batman is the guy who's conflicted. Superman, I feel like he should know what he's doing. You know, he's got a handle on that. It's just more so that he's just like hoping that other people will follow along. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I do not care enough about a Superman to really have a strong opinion. And I don't want to be mean, that's just where I'm coming from. But I recognize that there could be an interesting take. It's just that I think we need to be more clear about what we're talking about when we're talking about this J.J. Abrams Superman movie. Because first of all, it's not directed by J.J. Abrams, at least not yet, you know? I might be wrong, and it's possible that it will be, you know, directed by J.J. Abrams eventually.
That would be heartbreaking, because
that would be heartbreaking. But at the very least, right now, we can be like, okay, J.J. Abrams is going to be the producer guy, and he's going to hire his friend.
Yeah.
But then again, I think J.J. Abrams wrote a Superman movie in the mid-2000s, right?
I think I heard something about that, but it like never got made.
Yeah.
Which that's a case for a lot of DC projects. I mean, there was a Justice League movie in like the 2000s. I think it was called like Justice League Immortal or something.
Yeah.
And that famously never like came to be, but they at least like they cast everyone and had like costume tests. It was weird.
And then there was that Nicolas Cage Superman movie.
Oh yeah, that was hampered by the might of the giant spider. It has to have a giant spider. You don't understand.
I love that story so much. I remember seeing somewhere there was...
I'm not like a huge like Kevin Smith fan or anything, but I love him telling stories about like behind the scenes shit and like complaining about things.
Yeah.
He's just really funny whenever he's doing that. Like when he was talking about how Bruce Willis is actually kind of a piece of shit. Like the way he told that story was so funny.
I mean, he is kind of a piece of shit.
Well, let's find the power supply for this force field.
Well, yeah, but it's just finally becoming more public.
The one thing that I find was really hilarious about Bruce Willis was when he for for Glass, right? Or no, it wasn't Glass. Was it Glass? I think it was Glass. It was like the sequel to it was the sequel to Split and Unbreakable. And,
yeah, that was Glass.
And then he appeared. He couldn't be bothered to show up for like to be in any shot that wasn't a direct like full-on face shot. So he wouldn't be like doing just standing off camera so the other actor could act against him or doing anything like that. He was like whenever he wasn't on screen, he wouldn't be on set basically. And then so they had to get a stand-in. So they had to get a stand-in to be for Bruce Willis, and he was just like, and it's very obviously not him. So whenever there's a shot that's not Bruce Willis, it's just like some other bald guy that has like a different skin tone and everything.
And it's just like clearly not the same.
Yeah. Or at least that's what I heard. I haven't bothered to see the movie. Why would I see it?
I don't know. I was like sad because I like Unbreakable, and for all of its flaws and silly shit, I actually kind of liked Glass. Or no, Split. I mean,
I hated Split.
Split is dumb, but in a fun way.
I feel like that's like M. Night Shyamalan's entire like second like his career comeback was just embracing the camp.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the trailer for his new movie? It's so stupid.
I don't think I have. I've not been keeping up with what he's been doing at all.
Okay, so basically his new movie, the entire premise is people start getting old really quick.
That's it?
Yeah, like on a beach or something.
Just on this one particular beach?
Yeah.
Okay. It's weird.
It is.
There's the power source for the shields. Huh. They haven't skimped on security either. Let me see if I can disable
But
the shields and get you
anyway,
closer to the reactor.
have you been watching any
I
cool
don't
movies
think you
lately?
quite sold me on it with just that.
I won't be able
Yeah.
to come in with you.
Okay, here's what you do. Look up the trailer on your end and watch it right now.
Sorry, Gordon. This thing's
Oh,
fried.
boy.
And tell me what you think.
Since I can't help you in there, why don't I stand watch outside while you disable the power cell?
Okay. What is it called?
One day.
I do not remember.
When I just typed in M. Night Shyamalan, the first title is M. Night Shyamalan Old. The
There
title
you
is
go.
old.
There you go. Look it up.
Because M. Night Shyamalan has some kind of weird fear of old people or something, which is fucking bizarre.
I mean, it's about as much of an old person fear as Mike Sikosa. Let me know when you're watching it.
I'm watching it. This little kid goes around a corner and he comes back and he's the guy from Hereditary. And there's like a pregnant lady whose stomach is like growing way too fast. What the fuck? What is... Also, the trailer, because it was only like 20 seconds long in this minute and a half video, it just loops. It's fucking weird.
That should have done it.
I love the comments. There's something wrong with this beach. No shit, Sherlock. I was 10 years old at breakfast. Now I've just retired from my union job as a welder.
I love it. It's I don't know. It's so weird the what he's doing, and I'm just.
They said, Oh no, is Alex Wolff gonna age into an M. Night Shyamalan cameo?
Oh no! Oh
Oh
no!
god.
But yeah, it's strange.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's so campy. I can't believe it. Just imagine Universal being like, just reading this script and going, "Yep, I want to fund that. Millions of dollars."
Yeah, this, yeah, I could see this making a lot of money.
My favorite anecdote of like M. Night Shyamalan's weird bullshit was when he was pitching The Lady in the Water, right?
Yeah.
And he was working with Touchstone Pictures. It's a label. It was a label of Disney that was shut down recently, but he was working there at that studio, right? And the studio chief was like, "I don't get it, but we're gonna fund it anyway because your last movie made money." And then he was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna go to another studio for this movie." Even though they were gonna fund it, just because the girl, the studio chief, this lady was like, "I don't understand what this movie is." So it's like he was like that level of just, egotistical.
That's weird, man.
Yeah. That's
But,
my favorite.
Hey, you know what?
M. Night
Good for him
Shyamalan
still
bullshit.
getting his shit funded somehow.
Well, I mean, he was independently wealthy enough that I think he self-funded The Visit, right? I think he did.
Yeah.
And then that made enough money for him to make a comeback. So, normally somebody who makes After Earth somebody who makes Avatar: The Last Airbender and then After Earth can't make another movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad that M. Night Shyamalan has found his niche making weird trash instead of like weird low budget schlock instead of making art, high budget art. You know?
Yeah.
We need more schlock. You know?
The high budget schlock.
Over there.
Well,
I see an antenna.
relatively high
I
budget.
think that's White Forest.
Mid budget schlock. Not
Yeah, there
low
you
budget
go.
schlock. Mid budget schlock. There you go.
What is schlock, anyways?
What'd you say about schlock? What, huh?
Socrates, what is schlock?
Schlock is art. It is beauty. It is everything that is good in this world.
Oh yeah. Oh look at that! Look at that guy who's the dog is destroying the giant robot thing.
It's Doge. That's his name. The robot's name is Doge. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is pretty cool for a 2000s game, you know?
And they were really ahead of their time. They were doing a lot of really crazy stuff in these.
Doc, are you all right? Wake up, Doc. Please.
Oh look, dog. Sacrifice
Doge.
us.
You're all right.
Nah, he's okay.
Uh,
He's alright. He's okay. He's fine. He's fine.
Everything working all right?
You can't keep a good Doge down.
We're fine.
so how many minorities do you think,
We've been waiting for you. Just follow the stream, then head up the other side. White Forest
Yeah?
is right there.
That's...
I'm not gonna finish that
I'm-
sentence.
Where are you gonna go with that? I'm already, like, really confused and unsure of things.
Come on.
Where
Greg,
was that
get in the car
going?
and challenge Doc to a race.
It was going where it was going.
I don't... what? All you've done is confuse and terrify me.
Looks like we need your help again. Would you mind?
I'm sorry. I'm not thinking straight.
I don't know why that's so funny. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking straight.
Okay, dog.
The guy says after like almost saying something confusing and learning. Oh man, you're a weird fucking guy, but I appreciate you.
I thought you were the weird one.
We're weird in different ways.
How
We're
are
weird
you
in
weird?
ways that they complement each other in a funny way.
How are you weird?
Oh, Anna's in the chat, she says. Let me go look at the chat.
Hello, Anna.
She typed. Oh, there she is. She says, hello, hello. Hi, pretty lady. Would you like to... I can't... I keep forgetting that we're live, so I can't say some of this stuff. Excuse me.
You were gonna ask to go on a visit to Disneyland, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
You were gonna
nothing,
have a
nothing,
tasteful
nothing
dinner
inappropriate.
Just meet with the parents and have a very nice PG dinner.
Never so glad to see him, believe
And we're
me.
you were going to talk about like, do you want to have the vegan wrap or the vegan sausages? Because of course we're also very environmentally friendly here.
I'm trying so hard not to say something.
Don't give up now, Gordon. Let's go in.
You're killing me.
Yeah.
Allow me to flirt with my wife, society.
You know, this says a lot about society.
It says a lot about society. You know who's really oppressed? Heterosexual couples. They can't hold
Yes.
hands in public without getting some strange looks, man.
I was gonna say white heterosexual couples, but then I realized that about one of you isn't white.
Hey,
Yeah,
boy, are we glad to be here.
Yeah, we heard you ran into a little trouble out there.
I'm kind of white.
Been trying to hit in the front
Yeah, and you're of course the one that I was talking about being the not white one.
Yeah,
Mind if we keep talking?
Mendoza looking ass.
Not at all.
That's not a
Mendoza.
white person's
I'm gonna
name.
go see Dad. I'll catch up to you later.
It's a Filipino name. So when I inevitably have a bunch of Filipino children, it'll fit them, you know?
Right through here.
Shall we?
It'll work.
I don't feel anything anymore.
I want to buy a cool suit from Zentai Zone, like a new Spider-Man suit that has
So does Sentai
'Cause I had
Zone
someone-
just offer like shorts, so they have like full like suits in addition to just the latex or not latex, spandex, like just like the suits.
So,
yeah.
R2 before?
I mean, they specialize in just doing like spandex stuff of various types, but like it's not like full body suits all the time. You can get like,
The place was lousy.
you know, just like a shirt or like pants or something. Like you can get every individual component.
You know what the alternative
As like a deal that they offer, but then you could also just get it all like together as
Well,
like
you see,
one
I'm
big.
just not a big like cosplayer, so
We were just wrestle hunters to the ground with our bare hands.
No, I
I
get
just
you. I
don't
get
know any of this stuff.
20 a day.
I don't know. Cosplaying, I've never really been interested in.
You're out in the field, you're gonna be
You've dabbled. You've dabbled.
in the field.
I've dabbled, but I've just never. It's never been my thing.
Weren't you Sherlock Holmes once?
That's it.
Yes.
Leave. You don't need to be here. and
For
I'm not gonna
Comic-Con?
continue to listen
Yes.
till you leave. I'm staying
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
But
so-
nobody's
You've also
told me.
dressed up because of the various bullshit that I put you through. You've also dressed up as Cable and the Riddler.
Yeah, but that's different because like you made a costume for me, so I was like, sure, I'll just put it on. I'm not the person.
No, yeah.
I'm not a big like making costumes person, you know.
I
So
like
it's
working with my hands. I like building stuff.
Not quite as much me.
Gordon, man, you made it.
Dad!
Alex.
Oh look, it's the old man scientist man.
It's old scientist man.
And look
Hello.
at you, son. I knew
And
you
then
both
it's
stay
the
together, you could never
Vertigon
do
over
anything.
there.
The
Pretty
Vertigans.
good team.
Vertigons.
Yeah, well,
So,
that's
Verticon.
good because, well,
If you who
now
would you
that
cast
the
as
suppression field
Gordon
is
Freeman
down,
if they were to make
we
a
all have to
movie?
do our part.
Dad,
Not Bryan Cranston, because the character is 27 years old, and Bryan Cranston's pushing 60, if not already at 60.
Dad, it's not
What
my
about
fault,
Gary
I'm
Oldman?
fine.
Are you sure? Should we have that looked at?
Really, I'm fine.
No.
Anthony
We
Hopkins?
should get this data to him right away.
What?
Okay. Yes.
I don't know. I'm just going older
More
actors. What about Donald Sutherland?
Get out of the silo. This way, Gordon.
No!
The way
Helen Mirren?
going at it, you'd think they were still competing for grant money.
Well, anyway, to give you a serious answer, I don't know off the top of my head, but it would have to. I don't think you should make a Half-Life movie for one, because it is fine as it is. It's meant to be a video game, and it should stay as a video game.
Will we be able to launch before
But-
the attack?
It's gonna be All it
if
Strider.
if you do have to make Gordon Freeman a character, it should be someone who
Sorry we
can
couldn't get here any
accurately
sooner, Dad.
portray the fact that he is a scientist,
I'm
but
just glad to have you.
also a badass.
I'm glad to be back.
He's like a theoretical physicist who has to pick up a gun and defend himself, right? It has to be someone who can convincingly play a smart guy, but also has the chops to, like, you know, do action.
So, are you excited for the Uncharted movie?
No.
From the screenwriter of Iron Man, Punisher Warzone, Transformers The Last Night, and Men in Black International.
My dear, what a relief. Not to mention a delight to see you here.
From that guy, really?
That writing
See
team.
you in the
Two of
ATV
them.
suit have taken excellent care of each other.
Oh, that doesn't. None of that sounds pleasant
And
at
from
all.
the director of Zombieland, Zombieland 2, and Venom.
Or should I postpone the launch to make time?
From a direction standpoint, it'll be fine. But all that other stuff is deeply concerning.
And of course, produced by Avi Arad, because of course.
Good grief.
Because of course.
I only meant they might. Oh, never mind.
So there's gonna be as of right now, let's see if there's there's the Mortal Kombat movie, there's the Uncharted movie, there's the Halo TV show,
Dr. Kleiner.
and there's the Last of Us TV show. Any other ones that I'm missing?
Attached to a transmission from Judith.
Transmission.
Do you mean the message didn't get through?
'Cause those are the big high-profile video game adaptations, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's all the biggest ones at the moment, but I'm like blanking on any others.
Um,
Hello? Hello? Is anyone?
There's got to be like another one that.
oh
'cause
yeah, they're
I
developing
guess
a Ghost
Sonic.
of Tsushima
Did
movie.
you say Sonic?
They're developing Ghost of Tsushima movie with one of the directors of John
Make
Wick,
yourself useful and find out what the
Oh,
hell is
wow.
going on.
and there's also the long gestating
Catch up with us when you're done.
what's the name with the director of
Blast doors will have sealed due to the alert, so you'll have to go through the bottom of the launch tube.
Of,
To let you down.
the director of
Have Uriah to let you into the
Kong Skull Island, the
Oh yeah.
his long gestating Metal Gear, is that it? Yeah, Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear. That's it. That's the one that's been taking a little while, but has a lot of potential. Potentially.
Potential.
Yeah. Feeling good about being potentially cool.
Oh, and there was the Fallout TV show that they were working on, right?
That I do have zero interest in that at all. That
Yeah.
sounds completely fucking
Me
boring.
neither. I mean, Fallout is kind of
Fallout
like,
is interesting. Like the setting and the world are very generic, but it's fun being in that world. You know, it's fun seeing it and
Fallout
interacting
is
with
kind
it.
of like Fallout is kind of like to be fair, it is kind of like Half-Life in that it's kind of better as a video game because it's all about exploring this world.
You know what? This reminds me of an interesting topic, maybe. Why do you think it is? Because I have my own theories, but why do you think it is that people think the only way to really validate a story idea is to adapt it as a big budget Hollywood movie or TV show?
Oh, well, you know what I always think of when I think of that?
What?
The Magnuson is
What?
I think of David Cage.
The secondary silo can be reached through here.
Okay, elaborate.
Oh,
I
it's
can kinda see
Tony
where you're
Todd.
going.
It's the guy who plays Worf's brother. I forgot he plays the Vortigons in this. I love it.
He's the Candy Man.
The Candy Man. Anyway,
The Candy.
so David Cage, he is by all accounts massively successful, right? He owns his own video game development studio. He's probably very wealthy. He had enormous critical success in his games, right?
I suppose so. Yeah.
Why is it that he always seems unhappy? For me, it feels like he has this. He really, really, really wants to be. It seems like he has a desperate need to be seen as like this artistic, sort of very, very important artist, you know? And
Yeah.
when he's in so doing, he's really trying to be a film director. And to me, what that represents is that there's a cultural, there's a sort of cultural privilege, or sort of, there's a sense of cultural sort of, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's a sense of, there's a way in which movies are, I mean, books to a certain extent, but nobody reads books.
Yeah.
There's a way in which movies have a certain
Respect.
respectability. That's a good way of putting it. And a lot of people who are in alternative media really, really have a desperate need to get that sort of recognition that film has. And maybe part of that is how, like, oh, it's only good once we adapt it into a film, you know?
Yeah. I agree with that. That's kind of going in with what I was thinking. Because I've always thought that it's just like, you know, comic books are niche. You know,
Oh,
video
of course.
games,
That's part of it,
as
too.
big of an industry as that is, are kind of niche. You know, TV is not for everyone.
Well,
But what's the most universal way to consume stories? That
Well, that's the other
everyone-
half of it, is that a
basically
lot of
everyone-
people might admit that books are probably more highbrow than movies are. But nobody reads books. So it's the highest brow form of entertainment that people actually engage with.
Yeah. But the way I look at it is that it's like they consider that like the most mainstream way to get this story to people and allow them to enjoy it. So it's like it's looked at as like the coveted like final form of any idea.
That's fair too.
And I get that, but I also think it's just like annoying, and I hate it because there's so many things that are fine as what they were originally intended to be. Like, I think of all the Disney remakes of animated stuff. It's just, it's useless, you know? It's just the same thing, but now it's a live action movie. And I understand the idea of like trying to keep these movies and stories like in cultural consciousness so they don't kind of fall out of
Well, when
style.
we're talking about those Disney live action remakes, we're just that's basically just a way of extending copyrights. It's an intellectual
too.
property
It's
scam.
like the fucking Fantastic Four thing of we gotta make another one every few years to keep
Basically.
the rights.
Because these stories are a little bit older, you know, like the ones that the ones that they started off with, right? Like Maleficent and Disney, like Maleficent and Cinderella. Those are the oldest of their, you know, the classic Disney movies. So it's a way of maintaining their ownership over this property because those are the ones that are probably going to go into the public domain the soonest.
That's also, well, I mean, I get that is the reason for why they're doing that, but it's, yeah, ugh, that's kind of scummy.
And nobody really, I think that your point there of bringing up the live action ones, I don't think that's quite as relevant, because nobody likes those stories and recognizes that that's the sort of ideal form of work. Like, even movie fans and like Disney fans agree that stuff is kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of it more from the perspective of like the people in Hollywood making this stuff kind of look at it that way.
Well, no, the people in Hollywood, how they look at it is, this made money in another form of the story, so I can also make money with this story.
So I'll just do it again, but this way.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's a different conversation.
That like got me the other day is because I'm really loving the Invincible show. I think it's really good. It's like exactly what I look for in like a superhero cartoon, and I think if you're going to adapt Invincible to anything, this was it. This is like the perfect way to adapt it, is put it in an hour-long adult animated series. That's super cool, right? And then they're talking about how they're already thinking about doing a live-action movie, and it's just like, that means you're gonna have to butcher the living fuck out of the story, because it's 140 something issues long, and then it ends, right? It's an ongoing story, and there's a lot of detail and a lot of characters and a lot of subplots. And putting that in a 2-hour movie format is going to ruin it, because that means you're going to only have to focus on, like, one thing at a time, and it's just going to lose so much of the magic. I don't want to see it turn into a movie trilogy, because, like, I just don't think you could do it in a way that's satisfying. I just think it's going to suck. I'm happy with it as a long-running TV show that's animated, because the fact that it's animated, it means that they're allowed to do stuff that they wouldn't be able to do if it was in live action, you know?
I think you're gonna suck, but yeah, I agree.
So, like, when I think about, you know, adapting stuff at this point, my brain immediately is just going a lot to animation, because just like you have so much fewer limitations in that regard, you know? Like, you can have a scene where Invincible is like fighting an army of monsters and like plowing through buildings and like teleporting to other universes and shit, and there's like 15 superheroes on screen with different powers, and it's animated, so just whatever, right? But you can't do that in live action unless you have like a Marvel Studios budget. So, and like, as much as I know that they like this movie, or this story, and they're probably going to try for that, I don't think they'll be able to pull it off. So it's either going to look cheap, or they're going to have to cut the story down and like not portray it accurately. And at that point, it's like, what are you even adapting it for? You're just making it worse so you can make money.
Yeah.
I don't want it to have a TV show at all, under any circumstance. I think
You mean a live-action TV?
Or a live-action TV show, or like a live-action movie. I don't want. I'm fine with it as an animated show. I think that's like a lot of comic books. In my mind, I think their penultimate form, if you're gonna adapt them to anything, could just be that. You know.
Here's a question. So this is a random question that occurs to me. Would Walking Dead have been better if it were a cartoon?
No.
So my question
Walking
there is that,
Dead.
are there some cartoons that might be better as live action?
Well, Walking Dead is incredibly limited in its scope, and that's to its benefit, and it's a blessing and a curse, you know? To its benefit and its detriment is that, like, not a lot really happens in that. And the first season of that show, ironically, tried to boost the scope and make it more expensive and, like, huge. And then, like, they burned through so much money so quickly that they just like got freaked out and then fired the previous showrunner because his ideas were a little too ambitious, and he was also an asshole. I'll make sure to mention that. But then they were like, all right, let's take a story arc where they're on a farm for 2 issues. We'll make that 12 episodes so we can kind of recoup our loss, and hopefully the ratings will fucking help out. And thus began the downfall of that show, is that just like they just don't do anything. It's the same 3 storylines over and over again. It's there's zombies here. We gotta get them out so we can take over this place and have it be our new stronghold. This will be a safe haven. We gotta kick the zombies' asses. And then they do. And then, oh no, there are people here, and man is the greatest monster, and the rival survival group is gonna try and mess with us. We gotta battle them, team. And then they do. And then, oh no! The place that we've decided to make our camp is now no longer safe. We gotta move to the next place. And they just do that over and over. Forever. You know? And I don't think... I just think that story is, like, limited in its scope. Just by, like, its premise being extremely limited. So it doesn't really matter what you adapt it to, you know? It could be live action, it could have been animated, it could be whatever. I just think that there's just some inherent flaws with the story that keep me from finding it personally interesting. But, no, that one works fine as live action. I feel like I'm the only one talking. Say something.
I'm sorry, I was just fighting the bad guys. I'm also very low on life right now, so I'm like trying to not die.
Don't die, fella.
Thanks. Now that you told me to not die, I won't die.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't. Also, it's just that I don't have a lot of experience with these topics, so I'm relying on your know-how.
Yeah.
Ya know.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I think I'd like you more if you talked in like a funny, like, Canadian accent. Or like, what accent do they have in Fargo? I wish you talked like that.
The Midwest, sort of the Midwest,
Oh yeah,
Minnesota.
that would be real funny. I feel like
you know?
it'd be a lot more likable there.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how I feel about that, there, sir.
How do you feel about that? How about them apples?
How many apples are we talking about here?
Yes.
Pleased to announce the second
3 apples.
has been sealed. Well, back to work.
Woo! I just killed all the murdering criminal bad guys, you know? You know?
Oh yeah. Killed
I
them
don't
real
know
good.
about that.
Got them bastards something fierce.
I punched him in the face.
Punched him in the face, yeah.
Punched him in the face multiple times. Or look at those. Look at that Alex Vance. She's about a nice
She's a real
young-
looker, eh?
She's about a nice young lassie,
I
eh?
better let my dad know you're all right.
It's turning into something else. It's not. This is not.
It's very Scottish.
It's not the
very
accent.
Scottish. I was
If
trying
it's
to
not
make...
Scottish, it's crap.
I am crap.
Yes, he's fine. And thanks to him, the base is secure.
I am the law.
What was that from again?
Right over.
Well, it's something that Judge Dredd says, but I was referencing when you read the minds of the cops in Destroy All Humans, they'll say that sometimes.
Oh yeah. Who's Judge Dredd again? Wasn't that the movie with that cult classic that everybody likes that came out a few years ago that, you know, really violent, sort of very grim and dystopian, starring Sylvester Stallone, right?
That was the Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Then there was the cool one with Carl Urban that was way better.
That was the really cartoony one that starred like Damon Wayans or
If you
something,
would
right?
take the Freeman from here, I can return to my place of honor.
No, okay, you know what it was? Is the cartoony silly one with Sylvester Stallone. That one had Rob Schneider in it
Oh,
as the comic
yeah.
relief.
But he wouldn't tell me why.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, what is Rob Schneider but the white version of Marlon Wayans? Am I wrong?
Can you imagine a movie with them together? I feel like that happened. That has to have happened.
No, that sounds so terrible. I'm gonna look it up.
Was one of the Wayans brothers in Deuce Bigelow? He might have been one of the. He might have been the pimp in Deuce Bigelow.
What do you think about Marlon Wayans?
I have not read Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil yet, but I would like to see it soon.
Never have let her go.
What do you think
Gonna
about
read that at
Marlon
some point.
Wayans if he had been Robin?
Wait a moment.
That would be fucking god awful. Cause he was like 30 when they suggested that, so it'd just be weird. He can't play the kid's sidekick. What the hell would that be?
Okay, so there's another movie that's on Shudder that I wanted to watch. I might actually ask you to watch it with me sometime, Xavier. How would you like to watch a movie called Slacks? Slaxx.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
It's a movie about haunted killer jeans.
Oh my god, is that like Rubber, the movie about a sentient evil tire?
Maybe?
It's the Borealis.
Remember that?
No, I don't. So, oh look, Aperture Laboratories.
The Borealis.
Aperture
Oh
Loboloblos.
yes, quite real, despite its almost legendary
The Avengers
Oh,
of.
oh! He's joined us! He's here!
But in their rush,
Hello.
they must have compromised.
Oh, thank God, someone else can talk finally. What up, G? Why are you so giggly? What? I don't.
What you just said is so funny.
Lost forever.
Can you be a
I
little bit
don't-
louder?
Now that we've found it, we can
Oh, I'm on
use
my
it
phone,
against
man.
the
I'll
comet.
head on my computer for a
use it?
second. Just want to say
Can you
hi.
just like roll out of bed?
But think of the
Yeah?
advantage for humanity.
Awesome.
How dare you?
That
We've
was
been
like
streaming for like an
social
hour.
media.
Why are
To
you?
talk you anything?
Hey, we're live.
There's no controlling
I'm like,
that
oh
kind
fuck.
of power.
There's a thing to
Well,
that.
yes. There's always a risk, Eli. But my goodness, we have coordinates, blueprints, hailing
So,
frequencies.
what's up?
Quite
Nothing,
ingenious,
man, nothing.
Dr. Mossman, to hide
I
it all
literally
in the
just woke up.
carrier way.
Well, that means she's still alive up there.
We just been playing the little Half-Lives. We're very close to the end of the game, actually.
Yeah,
There's-
and
he's looking at the Borealis.
the Aperture Laboratories crossover.
Aperture Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely in your Half-Life.
Everything about the
Yes.
resistance.
Yeah.
Listen
Yeah.
to Dr. Kleiner.
May I see it?
No.
Gordon and I
No.
are more than able to
Not
handle
take it,
this.
Helly.
We'll get her back.
Cut to empty room in Portal 2 that is clearly where the fucking boat was supposed to be, but you don't get to see it.
It just needs a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
Oh.
Go ahead. They'll soon
It should take place way into the future now.
So I have a question for you all.
Yes, what is your question?
What is better?
What is best in life?
Half-Life
To
or
crush your
Portal?
enemy, to see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of the wolf.
Half-Life or Portal?
It's kind of hard to compare. They're apples to oranges. One is an action shooter and the other's a puzzle game.
Yes.
Yeah, you're comparing.
Well,
apples
which is
to
better? You see,
I
I
would
don't-
say overall I like Portal as a series more, and I've played those games more times than Half-Life.
You see, you don't understand. You can't like two things that are different in different but not necessarily comparable ways. If you're an internet critic, you have to be constantly making numbered lists. If you aren't making a numbered list of the things that you enjoy, if you aren't categorizing
How will
it
people
and
know what they're
systemizing
supposed to
it,
enjoy?
how will people know what you think if you don't give them a number? Usually, at least to 4 separate decimal places. At least. But maybe 5 if you're really into it.
If you're really into it.
Oh, you guys missed the part where she goes prepare for unforeseen consequences. I'm kidding. Nah, but
if you look at the face cam, I'm most definitely not paying attention right now.
no, I know you're like leaning back and shit, being a fucking ass. But yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff.
So what are you doing with your life, Williams?
I literally just woke up.
Yeah.
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 Oh, look, it's a likes.
Is everything all right?
A likes.
So... Look at those two
Change of plans.
people.
There is no way we can launch before those
Who are you?
spiders are... Oh, excuse me if I'm interrupting tea time.
So what you guys been
I'll just
talking
step out
about
until you
while I was
We
gone?
were talking about
all kinds of
Invincible.
stuff.
We were talking about all the
Well,
movies I
Freeman,
watched
I
recently.
believe I
We
found
talked
the
about
perfect use for you. Follow me, quickly.
we talked about we talked a lot about
I'll
you.
catch up with you in a bit.
Yeah.
We
Talked about how much
gossiped
we
about
hate
you a
you.
lot. We talked about we talked about how all your embarrassing little things that you told us that we didn't want to reveal. We told them every single
You've
one.
proved yourself capable.
Oh yeah.
And the
We
staff
told them
fully
how
respect
you
Therefore, I'm putting defense of White Forest.
Ooh, interesting.
This ingenious new weapon of mine.
I
in
like
your
this
hands.
whiteboard here. We told you about how you secretly
My chosen label, you
have
understand,
a
but
little
seemed to please the personnel.
shrine in your room to Alex
Lively in
fans.
there. Warm up
Yep.
the delivery.
Told him about that.
What it is,
But
is
it's-
a sort
it's-
of sticky bomb.
Well, no, it's
Although
Gabe Newell
clever
dressed
than
as
that
Alex
makes it
Vance.
sound.
Yeah.
From your point of view, you merely
Wait,
pitched
you see,
the
we didn't
device
tell them that it was
Spider's fault.
that it was Gabe
Then
Newell
blow it
until
up.
now.
I've struggled with
Till
a
now.
mechanism for long
Yeah,
time.
I was just gonna
This is why I don't
leave it good
Well,
as
your
it just being Alex
zero-point energy
Vance.
field manipulator clears up
This
that
is why I
problem.
shouldn't be making
Now
friends.
follow me, and we'll let
Yeah,
you
this
They
is
always
true,
let me
100%
down.
true.
time.
I don't need friends.
Don't
They
be
disappoint
alarmed,
me.
Freeman. This Strider's days of impaling your friends
You
are
guys
a
seen
thing
that
of the
video?
past.
No, I have no
No.
idea what the hell you're talking about.
Out in the field,
Oh, I'll send you.
we'll
in
supply
a
you with
second.
all the
It's kinda
Magnuson
funny.
devices you need.
It's
through
cringe,
delivery
but
ports
it's kinda
like
fun.
this one.
Oh, dude, I
So-
feel like David is gonna. David is not gonna survive this section.
Cannot explode like those you will find in the
He's gonna die so many times.
Go ahead.
You know what?
and
Which one I'm
take the-
talking about,
That's
right?
right.
Like you know.
Now, don't
Oh
forget the
yeah,
main
this one
body
was a
of the
little
Strider.
difficult. Like I struggled a little bit.
I struggled for like the
Now,
first time, and the second
firearm
time,
of
third
your
time, and
choice
every other
and
time I
shoot
played
the
it,
device.
it was a piece of cake. I loved it.
There you go. Not too difficult at this range, is it? Gets a bit harder when it's moving about and firing at you, of course. Now, let's move on to a more challenging task. Uriah, send the target to the far end of the rails.
Ooh woo.
Ooh woo, what's this? Notice this bulge. I should eat at some point today. I haven't eaten today.
Don't eat ever.
Very well. Try it now.
You know
How long
who
you been
else
awake?
ate food? Hitler. Benito Mussolini ate food. Who else ate food? Genghis Khan ate food.
Magnificent device. Isn't it?
Jeffrey Dahmer ate
I'll be right over
food.
here when you are ready to head out.
Damn, man, I didn't realize this many problematic people ate food.
Yeah, and because they're problematic, you shouldn't do what they do, right?
We should cancel food.
We should.
Oh my god!
We should cancel food.
You know who else is canceled?
Let's all become cannibals, man.
Batman is
You know who was-
canceled.
You know
Spider-Man
who
is
was never a
canceled.
cannibal? You know who was never a cannibal?
Who?
Like, not a single person.
Who?
You know who was never a cannibal?
Hannibal Lecter?
No, not a single problematic person. Hannibal Lecter's fake. Fuck you. We should become cannibals.
What?
Nothing. That joke warranted about as much of a reaction as I expected. It was a bad joke.
Yes, it was a bad joke.
It's almost like I just woke up and I'm trying to be entertaining.
Don't try to be entertaining, just be a sourpuss instead if you want to. I won't stop you.
So anyway, David doesn't realize that he could just like quit the training. And
I do, I'm just practicing.
He's practicing for the combat that he's about to face. I like how if you like took the sides off of it, those little bombs look like Isaac Clarke's face.
Who is Isaac Clarke?
when
He's
did
the
Dead Space
character
come
of
out?
Uncharted, right?
When did Dead Space come out, Xavier?
2008.
This came out in 2007. Dude, fucking Dead Space totally ripped off Half-Life.
They're like, you know that bomb thing? We gotta make that the face.
Let's make that a
Has
character.
its own dispenser port.
Fucking let's do
So
it.
you'll have ample supply of explosives.
Can you imagine if they actually did that?
I must get back to my rocket, Freeman.
Could you
I'm
imagine?
relying on you not to
Could you
squander
imagine?
my trust or my magnesons.
Could you imagine
Freeman,
a
So
society?
has anybody
I might
seen
just forgive you for
Godzilla
that
versus
debacle at
King
Black Mesa.
Kang?
you know
No.
the
I
one
have.
need.
Me neither.
No,
A
I
certain
haven't.
microwave casserole.
I did.
Was it good? Do you
It
reckon?
was alright.
Yeah?
I think it's just kind of funny how many of these Godzilla Kong MonsterVerse movies rip off Roland Emmerich.
Elaborate. Tread carefully.
With your car.
You are on dangerous ground, sir.
Magnuson devices back here.
If you don't
Tread
know who you're
carefully.
talking to, I would tread
Tweak
very
your onboard
lightly.
radar so the combines show up red on the dashboard unit now.
I never
Plus,
do.
It'll send a homing signal to your HEV suit.
You're goddamn
We're about to get in big trouble.
No need to thank me. Now check this map. We're right here at the
So anyway, what do you think about these movies as Roland
Emmerich?
Emmerich?
The old sawmill.
It's just
Head on up
generally
there, and
the,
I'll fill you in on the battle
plot
plan.
structure
I'll be staying
and
here to
the
watch the field and send
characters
status updates.
and the sort of
Good luck out there.
it's not the tone, it's generally the story structure and the characters is the main Roland Emmerich movies. But it's like, because these are, big movies, they have a lot of characters, they just sort of, and they have the same basic plot structure and sort of plot arc as most Roland Emmerich movies do.
You'll find the sawmill at the far end of the valley.
Full of shit, McGillicuddy.
You know what else is full of shit?
Perimeter's clear. Still no sign of incursion. Keep
Roland
alert.
Emmerich.
Yes.
At this time of year, this part of the country, localized
Localized
entirely within
entirely
your
with
cinema.
Roland Emmerich.
Yes.
Yeah.
May I see it? No.
Remember when we watched Simpsons for 24 straight hours together?
It wasn't that long because we fell asleep at one point, but we sure tried.
We should try and do that again.
I wouldn't mind. Whenever you can come over and hang out again next, that'd be fun.
Sorry, Doc.
I like when people come over and hang out. I miss it. You know what? I hate quarantine. Everyone used to come over. I also hate college because that's making it just as bad. But everyone used to come over to my house. That would be like the cool place everyone would go, because I had a lot of space to just screw around and hang out, and I had a lot of cool like just stuff to screw around, because I had all these different video game consoles. You know, all the boys loved going to Xavier's house and hanging out and having like little mini parties and stuff. If it wasn't my place, it was Sean's house. Remember?
No.
And then
I never
college
went to
started,
Sean's house.
and then yeah, you did. You were there once, right?
Only for the little shoot.
Oh yeah. We would do those bad movie watching days sometimes, which I'm like shocked you didn't go to one of those. I feel like we invited you and you turned it down.
I don't think I was.
I would have invited you. Anyway, you know, if it wasn't you or Kyle or Jackson, it was every couple of weeks someone would hang out for the weekend and they would just like stay in the guest bed and we would just play video games the whole night and it was a great time. And then everyone went to college and then like we all just like stopped doing that. I miss you.
Damn, bro. Sounds kind of cringe.
That's deep.
You guys are invalidating my feelings.
I am.
Damn, bro.
Feelings are cringe.
Yeah, dude. Who the fuck are you?
I agree. I just don't have feelings. And look at
Who
me.
the fuck even are feelings, man?
There's this one bit in It's Always Sunny where Dennis is like, he's like getting married, and he's like, you know, I'm feeling things again. Do you remember feelings? Like we haven't experienced that since we were kids, right? And Mac is like, feelings like emotions? No, I experience that every day of my life. Do you not? And he goes, well, like he just doesn't know how to answer.
So if
Wow,
there were
that's
Always
actually
Sunny in Philadelphia movie, who should play Dennis?
Show. What are you talking about? What are you doing?
I only figured it was like some sort of cartoon. It's in the TV cartoon show. David, I've been watching you. David, I've been watching you like drive around, and at this point, I'm starting to think that maybe you don't know where you need to go.
Where do you get that impression from?
You literally were at the place that you were supposed to go. The tutorial guy at the start of the level before you were able to get in the car told you. He showed you a map layout and everything.
Yeah, I know.
You're still roaming around.
So he's looking for bad guys to fight.
Well, he's got to like trigger the event by going to the that cat. There we go. Now get out of the car and go to these people. They're calling you over. They're like, "Hey, Mr. Freeman."
Hey, Mr. Freeman, you going to the big drink tonight?
No. Except he doesn't say that because he doesn't speak. Fucking mute
Stares. He just stares creepily.
Pulls that crowbar. Oh, Mr. Freeman, I didn't mean it like that.
Mr. Freeman, please.
Good man.
You know, it's funny because there is a character that's like that in the games.
Our job is to keep them from reaching the base to the south.
How about that drink I
They
owed you?
get close enough for
Yeah.
one good shot at the side.
Hey,
called-
Dr. Freeman.
Launch is a bust.
It's called
And in case Striders
Being
aren't bad
a-
enough, recon indicates they're being escorted by packs
being a
of hunters.
you.
Now, what I want
Yeah?
you to do.
Attention!
Huh?
North perimeter
Where
breach.
are you going with that?
We have a Strider.
Where were you
approaching
going with
from the
that?
plains.
Defense, go!
What was
Called
that?
being
What
a
was that
you.
supposed to mean?
David, you've already got a sticky bomb on your thing. You
Everyone
can
ready?
use that instead. You don't have to. Oh, I
Yes,
guess
I
you
know.
could do that. It's close enough already. Oh, but you gotta get rid of these guys first because they fucking blow it up.
Okay.
You can ram them with your car.
No.
You can't do that. You may know. Like that is a fit. Like
That's the
pick it up. There you go.
What should I have?
Longer.
good cheeseburger. I don't know a good place to get a burger around here because Five Guys makes me sick. McDonald's is just like their chicken is like fine, but their burgers are just like super low quality and gross.
Oh yeah. Pizza there.
Maybe, yeah, but pizza's expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, here
it is in America.
Well, because if I get some for me, I'm gonna have to get some for everyone, so I'm not being an asshole. And like, typically getting like 2 pizzas and like some wings or something, that's like, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks.
Jesus.
This is why capitalism is bad.
Looks like hunters are traveling with the Striders. They're working
Because
in
they
packs.
keep you from pizza?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? That's the first thing you've ever said that's made sense to me.
Now we have a Strider coming
Everything's just been in one ear out the other, but this one, no, that one actually like resonated and everything.
Apparently,
David, go to another camp and get a sticky bomb. That's the only way to take down these giant motherfuckers.
You're a mother.
Yeah.
DoorDash
but-
is currently unavailable for delivery. For delivery. Is it just in my area or just in general? Is everyone? Oh my God! Are all of the DoorDash drivers finally on strike after all that shit about how they weren't getting paid enough?
Guys on stream, confirm or deny.
Because I remember the other day I was looking up this thing where it was saying that DoorDash drivers are actively refusing any orders that tip them anything less than $7. Yeah, so if you tip them like $5, they just would like deny the order and just like not go pick it up. I mean, it would give you your money back. They just
At that point, it's not tipping then. It's just saying pay us $5 or $7 for the fucking delivery.
Well, because DoorDash, like, the company is not paying them enough. Like, they're just not making enough for it to be livable, so they're surviving off the tips. And if the tip is apparently, like, below a certain amount, it's just, like, not even, like, useful. You know?
That's still fucked up, I think. Like, on both ends.
I don't know. I think they're standing up for trying to, you know, make a decent wage. I understand that. It's just like... Because it's almost like you're like a freelance delivery driver, you know? And you can just like choose which assignments you take, right? And they're just denying the assignments that aren't paying enough. And that's fine. That's their choice. That's part of the whole way it works, you know?
I don't know. It's kind of like saying, here's my commissions page, and this is like the minimum price for this art style. And somebody chooses to pay it. Like, he's like, I want this one. And then they go, nah, that's not good enough for me. I'm going to reject that. You know, like, I don't know.
Well, because it's like below the prices that are listed, you know?
I mean, I guess, and like, I understand. But I don't know, just like from the point of view of a customer, you're like, I don't know, probably isn't willing to pay $7 fucking bucks for tips for whatever reason. You know, maybe I just don't have enough. Maybe like, you know, $5 is all I have for tips, whatever. And my order gets fucking rejected because of that reason. Like, that's a fucking really shitty, you know, situation. You know, I don't like that. But at the same time, you know, I understand why they would want to do that. It's just one of those.
Just to be nice and like help the working class. Anytime I've ordered from DoorDash lately, I've tried to make sure that I tip them like a fair amount. Just because I know that, you know, it's not going well for them.
Oh no!
But,
I lost my bomb. I need to go get another bomb.
Oh, got another bomb.
Where are the other bombs going?
But it says DoorDash is just not doing delivery right now. So
I feel like maybe there's something with the workers thing, like that whole thing that you just talked about. I feel like maybe that has to do with it.
maybe, or maybe I'm reading too much into it, and the site is just like having problems or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
the site
you're
is having
probably
problems.
you're probably doing a thing.
They're probably doing a thing.
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it is kind of weird. It's just like, well, no deliveries.
So, I'm going to try to figure out a different way to get food.
Keep up the good work.
Because I'm
Only a few
starving to the
striders
point that my
left.
stomach is eating itself.
You probably need to eat food eventually.
Yeah,
What would
probably.
happen if there were no more wings?
I
Another
would
strider
kill
coming in
myself
towards what used
immediately.
to be the sawmill.
Because that would be the point of life then.
It's like, what do we have anymore, you know? They've taken everything from me.
It's like if people on Twitter don't have any more Tom Holland, you know, what the fuck's the point of it?
Listen,
The other day I saw this
there are
Reddit, it's
plenty
like-
of other white boys with abs.
If
on the
Spider-Man
internet.
is a comfort
I
character,
don't think that they need to
Yeah,
test on
right?
Tom Holland. So it's
If Peter Parker is your comfort area, check this thread, and it's just pictures of Tom Holland. Some of them he's not even like in character or on set as Peter Parker. Some of them are just flat out just like selfies of Tom Holland.
yeah.
I wish you could learn the fucking distinction. I swear to God, they would drop those movies so quick if it was anyone else.
yeah.
It's like they watch them just for him, and they'll defend them to the death just for him. Those
Just for
movies
him.
could be literally anything. Those movies could be like 2 hours of Spider-Man just jerking off, right? And they'd just be like,
Oh,
well,
they
you
would-
know, I'm just here to
You
support
know they
Tom.
would be into that. You know they would be into that.
I think it was a bold, creative decision.
I think it's very bold for the record.
It's upsetting how, like, just, like, any criticism or any points about those movies just get shut down. Just because, well, Tom is in it, so therefore everything about it is perfect. Don't criticize it. It has Tom in it. Don't criticize it.
Dude, I've been thinking about this the other day, but like,
You know, you're right. If
90%
a,
of the
if
excuses
a actor
that people
I
come up
think is
with every
physically
time
attractive is in a
time
movie
they,
that I like, that means that the movie is beyond criticism.
There's people who really think like that, man. I swear to God.
I was gonna say something, but James jumped in, so I forgot what I was.
I'm sorry. I was having fun banter.
He was doing
Yeah,
a sarcasm.
but at my expense, though.
Yes.
I don't appreciate that.
Well, you'd better
Don't
learn to
ask
appreciate it
questions.
real
It has
fucking
Tom
quick.
Holland, therefore don't ask questions.
Oh no, you were too late. That's what happens when you fucking cut me off for banter. You were
Gotta
fucking
stop them from blowing up the buildings, you fuckman.
You fucking. What an absolute fuckman.
Oh.
Remember that? That was a good song.
Yeah. I don't check my freezer for anything I could.
You're like allowed to.
But I
Your
get
contract
yelled at by the
I mean, probably.
Yeah, fuck it.
If you use a gravity gun and pull one of the blood bugs and then throw them at the guys, that'd be an effective way to do it.
Effective.
That'd be effective. Like it actually does a lot of damage.
Man, that reminds me of when my friend Jackson was teaching me how to play fucking Dark Souls when we were in high school, and he just could not stop saying the word effective. It was yeah, you want to make sure you're doing the most effective thing. Yeah, that weapon's not going to be very effective. And it got to the point where, like, anytime he said it, I would just laugh a little, waiting to see if he would notice that he was saying it too much, and then eventually he did. And I was like, oh, did you? Are you sure that's going to be effective? So then it just kind of became a joke for the entire rest of the playthrough of Dark Souls. Him watching me and me just going, was that effective enough? Also, he was being a dick for the first, like, hour of that game, because he would just trick me into walking into things that would kill me, just so he could laugh at my pain. He's like, oh yeah, go get that sword! And I would just run into it, and then a giant fucking monster would fly out of the air and just land on me and rip me in half, or like a dragon would just tackle me or something. I'm just like, where is safe? Is anywhere safe?
It's like what I did with Anna when she played Son of the Aladdin.
Yeah,
go to the crying kid. It's fine, nothing will happen.
Yeah. Just go, go check that thing out. She squealed at that game. She screamed so high.
It was blood curdling. I did not expect that reaction. Like, dude, Slenderman is like the things that fucking I used to play when I was a kid. She's played worse. She's not gonna. He's not gonna get like.
Yo, by the way, David, the Golden Catman in chat says the game is a bit loud. Can you turn it down a tiny bit?
Maybe.
All right. Well,
Perhaps.
Maybe. Okay.
Only if you're really nice.
You know what's funny? I never actually had to use these propane canisters.
You know what else is funny? Your face.
Ah! Got it! Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna go look for food.
We caught down that. Okay. Alright.
Come on.
I guess what the fuck are you talking about?
You know, like, down bad. You know, caught you in 4K. Mr. Wheaty, where is the myth? Remember that?
No.
That was a fun. Holy shit, you aced that throw.
Another Strider from the water tower.
Another Strider coming from the water tower.
So anyway, have you been living in a society lately?
Little bit. I had a little thing with my friends the other day, and we went like to the city and like hung around and stuff, and then we saw Nobody, the movie.
Nobody,
really
nobody. You know that song by Mitski, right?
No, I actually am not familiar with it or aware of it.
Too bad for you. It's a good song.
But yeah, we saw the movie Nobody, and that was a good movie. A lot of my friends thought it would be a John Wick knockoff or a ripoff. But
Well,
it
it is like from the same writer.
Same writer and I think same director, right?
No, not same director.
Not same director, okay.
It's
Oh,
from
yeah,
the
from the same
director of
writer.
Hardcore Henry. You know that movie that nobody saw.
Well, I mean, that movie has like a really creative directorial. Is that? Am I using it correct?
I don't know.
Like it's got good direction. You know, I like the style of direction that it takes. The editing is really phenomenal. I love like a lot of the shit they do with it. The plot is, I would say, the most John Wick-esque thing in that, like, the way it unfolds. But like, it's about a completely different. Like, I don't know. It's
John
not exactly
Wick or John Dick.
John Dick. It's not the most
bet
John.
there's been a porn parody of John Wick called John Dick. There's gotta have been. Like that pun is too easy.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But I don't know. Like you could tell there's fragments of John Wick, you know, scattered throughout the movie, like in the way it's written and stuff, the way the plot unfolds. But it's not like it's not a John Wick movie, is what I'm trying. Like, it feels like it, but it doesn't at the same time. It's weird. Just gotta watch it to see what I'm talking about. But it's a good movie. It's a good watch.
Yeah, well, Imagine going to the movie theater unironically.
Oh yeah, imagine still living in a country that hasn't solved its quarantine issue.
Oh no, movie theaters are opening here too. I just think it's nerdy to go to one.
Oh, okay. Because you've never been to one. Sure.
I've never been to a movie theater in my life.
No, ever.
Never ever.
You saw Into the Spider-Verse like at home, like on some like torrent pirate website that somebody recorded the movie
Absolutely.
like on his phone. And then David saw that and was like, "Dude, that is like the best looking movie I've ever seen." That movie.
You know
was
what I
great.
thought was the best looking movie that I've ever seen?
What?
It's obviously, of course, it has to be. Baby Geniuses 2.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Cats, and I would be like, "That." I
Well,
totally
Cats is
expected
like a close second.
So, Cats is a close second in terms of movies that you enjoy.
To
But
Baby
you
Geniuses 2.
But you refuse to watch Justice League. That's not
Yes. Yes.
That's like, I'm not even gonna try.
What's wrong with this opinion?
No. It's there's nothing wrong about it. You know, except for like this checklist of things that are wrong with it. But you know, to each his
What
own.
are those things that are wrong with it?
Nah, stream's about to end. You're about to finish the game. It'll take too long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take that as not an act of cowardice, but a
Yeah.
no, too many Striders. Fuck
No,
you
it's too many of
with
them.
your stupid guns.
It's too many of these little fucking guys, dude. They're not. Those aren't Striders. Striders are
know.
the big guys. Yeah, these are the guys shooting at you. It's these guys. The hunters.
Those are annoying
God
too.
dang. Oh yeah. Choo. Nice. You got one more, I think.
No, I have 3 more.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Yeah, you do, eh?
Like I told you, I'm screwed.
You crunch it out. Crunch it out. Come on. Quick. Pull out the gravity. And put it in the back of your car and then get another one. I don't know. How close are they? They're pretty far away still. You can like ride up to them or drive up to them and kill them. Oh, you went to like the farthest one.
Yeah. That did not end up working the way I wanted it to.
How did you want it to?
Like that.
What did you? Oh, okay. Yeah, shoot it. Shoot. There you go.
Now there's 2 left.
There's 2. Go get it. Is the alarm going off yet? Where it's like the Striders
Yes, it
are
is.
near the base. Okay. Yeah, you better act fast now. Quick. Oh, no. You got the thing. It's too late. Go take care of that first. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. You're about to die, man.
Yes, I am.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Get the wooden log. There was one behind the car. You could have chopped it at the little fucking guy. Oh shit! It's about to do one of its exploding thing. Quick! Oh no! We're too
Oh, the rocket has been destroyed. Magnuson's misgivings about the Freeman.
The Combine now is gonna reinvade Earth. You realize that? You failed
Yay!
humanity.
I'm so happy. I love the Columbine. They're my favorite. They're my friends.
The Columbine is like totally peak communism. I love them.
They're just like friends, you know. They seem pretty friendly to me, you know.
Oh yeah, friendly. Okay, check if there's any. There is one more. Go run that over. Where the fuck is it? It's in front of me. There he is. Ooh. I think there's one more left. No, there isn't. Yeah, take that out. Yes! There you go. See how that ricocheted off the sled?
No.
Okay, well, it ricocheted off its leg. That was cool.
You thought it was cool. I thought it was nerdy.
You're nerdy.
I am nerdy.
Is nerdy just your way of saying something is cool?
No.
No. Okay. That's the sound that it makes. Go back to the thing and get another one, quick.
I refuse.
Pick it up, put it in your car, put it in your car. For safety, never mind. You're like close to the strider as it is.
Yes. Thank you for justifying my decisions that I made without you.
Yeah, well, I'm commentating. But I like, you know.
Come
Gotta
on,
do that.
it's not like the back of it, so I can't hit it very easily.
Well, there's another one right there. You got stabbed with
I
it.
died!
You got stabbed with its legs. I hope it doesn't restart you from where you gotta take out 3 of them.
Yes, it did.
Oh, fuck. No, that's so annoying. All I can see is like this white flashing light on your screen.
Yeah, it's gotta be fun.
The goddamn hunters.
Goddamn hunters.
You think that's what Gordon Freeman sees every time that happens?
Yeah. I think the only thing that Gordon Freeman sees is hunters. Of course, the Amazon original TV show Hunters.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we were talking about, right?
That's why he's got the glasses on. You know, like those are so high tech. Like he doesn't look at where he's going. You know, he just coincidentally like ends up in the correct place.
Mm-hmm.
And like walks and jumps. You know, the appropriate areas to avoid death. But like the glasses are just, you know, fucking TV boxes or TV screens. And he just watches shit on them. He doesn't see anything else but the show. Quick. Oh, you got it. Get the other one, get the other one. Fairly certain. I think you got one hunter. Do you? No, you don't.
No!
No, you still got it, you still got it.
How you doing, fellas?
David's so close to beating it.
I remember I got like really stuck on this when I played it like in like 2011.
He did it.
Hey.
The stinger to this is that there's another fucking wave.
That'd be funny.
No, but you actually did. Go get your car. What are you doing? Go get the car. Drive it into the... Actually, can you walk into the thing?
Pretty sure I could if I wanted to, but I'm going back to the car.
Right, yeah, to preserve lore and continuity.
Exactly. The only thing that I only ever do anything to preserve lore and continuity. If
Yeah,
I
we all
wouldn't,
know
I wouldn't brush my teeth if it weren't for continuity and lore. I wouldn't eat breakfast if it weren't for lore and continuity.
Like, I gotta be consistent with what I did the night previous, or the day previous. There's one thing that David cares about. It's continuity.
Yes.
Boom.
Gordon Freeman.
Look, Gordon Freeman. Who's Gordon Freeman?
That's Gordon Freeman.
Gordon Freeman in the flesh, or rather, in the hazard suit. I took the liberty of relieving you of your weapons.
Does Gordon
Most of them
Freeman like
were
cock and ball torture?
Amazing out
property. As for the hazard suit, well,
Does Gordon Freeman like cock and ball torture?
well, according to the G-Man, he does.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, the start of Half-Life 2, the G-Man wakes him up and goes,
in its final
cock and ball torture, Dr. Freeman. Cock and ball torture, or CBT. Penis torture, or dick torture. Fuck. I ruined it. I said dick.
You ruined it.
Balls. Shit. No,
Dick
I
and
can't.
balls torture?
Freeman.
I can't, like, continue with the joke anymore.
Performed flawlessly. I feel compelled to thank you personally for saving
What up,
my life.
fellas? You
I don't know.
you guys want to join my
Well,
secret
enough
society
chit-chat.
where
I've
we
got a rocket to launch.
plot the downfall of society?
Yeah.
But not like my society, like other society.
Did you know
Like the
that we live
society
in a
that-
society where honor has no meaning?
We can get a great view of the launch from there.
What?
Yes.
Well, here
We live in a society
Oh my
where
God.
honor is just a distant memory, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that's what a certain Joker told me once.
While you were out having fun,
Watch
Maybe
the
that was another
goddamn
joke he
movie.
meant for Murray, you know?
I've got it all packed up and ready to go. Never a
Do
dull
you
moment,
meaning to
huh?
tell me
I'm seeing a
that
bigger anomaly of
everything you've been doing here is somehow not illegal? All on the up and up.
That's what
I
I'm
don't believe
saying.
you. I think you're a criminal. I think you're a fucking sick fuck.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I know my life is a comedy, starring Joaquin Phoenix and directed by
Jared Leto.
whoever directed.
Directed by the guy from those Hangover movies.
Yeah, directed by the characters of the Hangover movies.
Fucking
here, no objection from
Stu and Alan work together to make a movie.
That
Can
would
you
be a
imagine a
fun.
Joker movie, but it's just
Hey,
Hangover?
should I press the button?
Did you put the gnome inside?
The what?
No,
Come on, push the button,
The
Gordon.
there was a
gnome.
gnome that you were meant to carry throughout the entire game. It was gonna be a pain. I'm glad I didn't get you to do that. Press the button. You gotta launch off the thing and close off the portal to the fucking thing. You gotta do it. David's doing this thing where he's like not pressing it because he's a fucking
Oh,
ass.
gonna push the button?
I'm just waiting for the right moment.
This is the right moment, dude. Like,
I'm feeling the vibes. Okay, now.
like Gordon's just inspecting the button as like everybody's just shitting their pants and the
He's
combine's
just
gonna
like
come again.
dusting off his.
He's
He's like clearing his throat. He's dusting his pants off, and he's like,
Gets,
what did I
like,
have for breakfast yesterday?
Like puts his eyeballs real close to the fucking button, just inspects it,
He like
starts
he
caressing it.
polishes
It's like,
the
is this the
button.
right vibes?
Are these the right vibes?
I gotta get the vibe. I gotta get the vibe with the button. Gotta see if it's evil or not.
These vibes. I'm not vibing with these vibes.
I will not press the button, Magnuson. These
I will
vibes are
not
not
press-
okay. They are not up to my standards.
Now it is still too early to celebrate. We need to reach altitude and transmit the signal.
Too right. The clock is ticking.
We couldn't have cut it any closer if that was our intention.
It is going to work, right?
Gordon Freeman enjoys cognitive behavioral therapy.
That's exactly what I was saying, CBT.
Well, let's get outside. I'd
Cognitive.
like a better view of the fireworks.
There should be quite a show.
Talking
Where's the
ball
B in
talk.
there?
Unfortunately, I can't come out with you.
Behavioral.
Anderson and I will need to keep a
Oh,
close
cognitive
eye on
behavioral
the
therapy. Okay.
Aren't you gonna see us off?
Just as soon as this is wrapped up, I wouldn't dream of letting you go without a proper goodbye.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. You too, Dr. Magnuson.
I love how David just bringing this chair along.
Yeah. I need something to sit down on, you know?
The more I think about that warning from our friend, the more
Like Gordon just walking out with a fucking chair, like carrying it.
Ship must never be used.
Eli,
You have got to
Eli and Alex like, what are you doing? I need something to sit on.
Where are you two? You're
But like in sign language.
I am not fucking standing up this entire meeting.
Thanks for everything you've done for Alex.
I stood up for like literally 5 fucking. How long has it been since Half-Life 1? How long did that
When you
game
get back,
go on for?
I have not had a moment to sit down and rest or take a nap, except
Since
for
the
when I've been
fucking Black
clunked on
Mesa
the head.
incident.
It's been 20 years.
Since I've sat down.
You know what? Gordon is the No Nut November fucking master. It's been 20 years. since I did it.
Oh boy.
Half-Life 1 I think took like 3 days, right? Half-Life 2 took say
Look,
5
the
days.
portal.
Episode 1 is 1 day,
and not a moment too soon.
and episode 2 is like another day.
Combine aren't too happy right now.
You got that right.
So
Oh boy.
Plenty to celebrate.
What's the combine?
so 10 days.
You didn't have to.
It's been 10 days since Gordon Freeman sat the fuck down.
It weren't so
Oh boy.
It's
Okay.
Dad.
I'm just gonna bring my chair with me then, wherever we go.
No, because you're about to catch a fucking helicopter, dude. About to
don't
catch
care.
a chopper. You're
I
about to
don't
get
care. I'm gonna
down to the
sit
chopper.
on this dirty ass office chair in the fucking helicopter, okay?
No, but actually, don't bring it in.
No, do it.
This is a cool, wholesome moment. Don't bring it in. Like, actually. Like, as a Half-Life expert and as a person who understands, like, you need to do this, I'm telling you, don't do this.
No, I say
Why?
bring the chair with you. I think it'll make the moment more fun, just to be smacking him with the chair.
Your mother would be so proud.
I hate you.
Your mother would be so proud, and I'm just shoving a chair into her face.
Alex, you, like, single-handedly took down the Combine. Like, with Gordon's help, of course, but, you know. And then Gordon's just, like, with the chair. Woo!
I think so. Dr. Kleiner gave us
Like, being a fucking idiot about it.
He is,
hailing
because
frequency open on the
Dr.
radio.
Freeman isn't it.
Tries to reach us again.
Like, who would willingly work for the man in the suit?
He doesn't, though. That's the whole point of this episode and episode 1.
Of course he does.
Where's the chair? Is the chair okay?
No, the chair, like...
It's on the other side of the room, see? Right next to the helicopter. Right under the helicopter. Right under
yeah, it
the
is.
helicopter cockpit, see?
You see it. Dude, look, something's about to happen. Check this out. Remember the fucking... I think it's one of the advisors that you encountered earlier. Maybe.
Yeah, we encountered
I
one
don't know.
of these earlier.
There's been a bunch of them that got in, so that's probably another one. But look, Eli tried to save your life.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And then the other guy fucking got him with his like big ass tentacle arms.
Mm-hmm.
I hate big ass tentacle arms. I hate them.
I love you, Dad. No! Oh my God, no!
David's about to find out why us Half-Life fans have been so bitter about a Half-Life 3 for so fucking long.
Hey, it's Dog. Thanks for your help.
Fucking Doge.
Dad! Oh, God. Dad!
Mm-hmm.
Dad! Oh my God.
Oh,
Or get ready. There's a fight coming. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
the fight to get Valve to make another game.
Thank you. That was where I was gonna lead that joke.
The never-ending
Fucking
struggle.
end it. That's the ending of it. That's. People are gonna be like, "Woo, episode 3, fucking sick, dude. It's coming out after Portal 2. Whoa, that's awesome. We're gonna see what happens with Alex Vance and this guy and like it's gonna be sick." But no, that's just it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Cool.
Depresses me.
Why does it depress you?
I literally just explained why. Like, I literally just explained it.
Why, though?
I'm not gonna explain it again if you weren't paying attention, Dave.
Well,
Like,
here's the thing. I
have
understand
spoken.
that it is a cliffhanger ending, and that after the ending, they don't really have that much else, and it's gonna be like you would have liked to see more from this story. But why does that frustrate you?
because it's been 2007, 17, 18, 19, 20, 14 fucking years.
Okay.
13 years on Half-Life Alyx.
Mm-hmm.
Since we got the third act to this fucking 3-act episodic series.
Mm-hmm. And how does that make you feel?
Thank you, therapist David. That makes me feel like shit.
What do you mean feel like shit? What does shit feel like to you?
Why is David like studying philosophy and not like psychology?
Tell me about.
I don't know. I'm curious about the idea of the philosophy of what does shit feel like. Everyone's always saying they feel like shit, but what does that mean, really?
What does
it mean to feel like shit?
The essence
Tell me
of
about
shit?
your mother.
My mother was
Tell me about
Yeah,
how
Yeah.
your frustration about the lack of the episode 3 relates to the frustration of the sex drive, and how you have not been able to fuck your mother.
I love the idea of Freud like trying to understand frustrated Half-Life fans.
But how does this relate to you wanting to have sex with your mother? I recommend cocaine. I recommend cocaine.
Well, you see, Gabe Newell is a very matronly figure for a lot of people.
I take a cocaine every day, but it does no help.
It does
I only feel more pain because I did not get the Half-Life 3 from the Volvo. Not a very good.
There you go. I see. No. What is your... Tell me about your relationship with this Gabe Newell and how she became your mother figure.
But Gabe Newell is not a she. I think you're being very disrespectful.
Symbolically, he became female by assuming
I
the
don't
role
think
of
you
the mother of
understand
the gamers.
situation, Motherfucker, I don't think that is correct.
What are you doing with your accent? Are you trying to make fun of me?
I am not. This is how I've always sounded since this beat, you fucking idiot.
No, it is not. So I think you are making fun of me. And that is not
I'm going to be leaving now.
Opening
No,
for
it's
the
a very
psychological
This
process.
whole thing.
Who's upset?
Me.
Dime?
Good, let's keep going then. That's great.
Che
What are you guys
cosa
doing?
fai? Che cosa fai?
Yeah, it's been Half-Life 2 Episode 2. My
God
favorite.
damn it! I can't load QuickTime files into Vegas.
So anyway, I think we will...
my second favorite game after Half-Life Alyx, and I did play that, and that game is fucking phenomenal.
So
And David
anyway-
should buy a fucking Valve Index and buy Half-Life Alyx so we can play that on stream.
I'm never gonna
Xavier,
do
you finally
that.
know what the fuck happens in that game, dude. I've been like getting Xavier
I want to
like,
play it. I don't want to watch it. I don't have the money to fucking get a VR thing, and I don't have a
For a
computer
bit,
that
you
can run
wanted
it.
to watch it, and you were like, "Should I watch it?" I'm like, "No."
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I am not going to do that because I already know that VR... I can't stand watching 3D movies, so I know that watching VR would give me huge migraines, so I just can't.
All right.
Oh my
I'll
god.
have to do that one day then.
Yes, you will, and you will have to have us in your ear, making bullshit while you stream that scream.
Yeah, maybe
You
I'll
know?
stream on my Twitch or something. You know what? Here's
You
a
should-
little fucking here's a
You
little
should
plug for
stream
me.
Half-Life Alex on your
Sometimes-
Twitch, and then we make fun of you while you do it. Okay?
No,
See
no,
how
no, no,
you
no.
like it.
Okay, but you're not gonna do that because I'm a fucking pro. But little plug for me. Sometime soon, maybe this week, I'm gonna be streaming Arkham City on New Game Plus on my Twitch, and I'm gonna play it with no upgrades, and I'm gonna play it with no deaths. And in the event that I do die, I'm gonna restart the game all over again from the start.
Is
And
it?
I'm gonna see how
Which
that
Arkham
goes.
is it?
Arkham City,
Okay.
my favorite. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
so-
thought your favorite was
Just-
Arkham Knight, but go ahead, keep going.
Ugh.
To stay tuned with updates and shit, follow me on Twitter, Scrubs Anime.
Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Scrubs Anime.
Yeah,
most-
I'll be
The most
posting
American person on the stream.
I'll be posting updates about that. So be sure you do that.
If you do, you're cool.
So give it a shot.
Yeah. Give it a shot. See what I got in
Fucking
store.
QuickTime files, stupid ass Mac.
So anyway, we will see you guys on the flippity flop. Bye.
See you around, fellas.
Smoke crack.